Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DRoots, and I'm here to talk to you today about a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is Black history and Black history being taught in the school systems under the guise of United States history. Now, when is history history, and when does it become Black history? Since history has been recorded, why have the accomplishments of African American people not been recorded and taught as United States history? Are not the inventions or great feats of accomplishments by African Americans part of the history of the United States? Is America embarrassed or ashamed to include the African American in the covers of everyone's history? Now, while I was doing my research, I stumbled upon an internet site for a group called the Tolerance Group. Now, this group is supposed to be studying African American history and how to include it in the United States history books. However, their first question is, and I call it the ridiculous question, is if you were to put it in U.S. history books, where would it go? Well, where do you think it would go? In my opinion, history is history, whether it's history of the Spanish, history of Caucasian people, history of African American people. If it was something that should be in the history book of the United States of America, then it should be considered United States history. Now, the thing that I always get, and I don't understand why it is not there, is all the great men and women, African Americans, that have contributed to the United States history. For example, Matthew Henson. He was right alongside Matthew Perry when he discovered the North Pole. And how about George Washington Carver? The man invented 400 ways to use the peanut and also discovered peanut butter. Garrett Morgan. People probably have never heard his name. Garrett Morgan invented the gas mask and the traffic light. How about Otis Boykin? Now, this inventor, I didn't even know of him that much, so I know most people don't know who Otis Boykin was, but he invented the electronic control device for guided missiles. He also invented IBM computer systems, and he invented the pacemaker. Now, all of those inventions definitely should be considered and included in U.S. history. But why aren't they? Dr. Charles Drew, he was the first surgeon to separate blood plasma and also the inventor of the blood bank. But did you also know that Dr. Charles Drew died because he could not get blood when he was in a car accident in North Carolina from a hospital because they didn't serve black people? Patricia Bath, she invented a method of eye surgery that has helped many blind people see again. And Lonnie Johnson, well, not the greatest of inventors, or not well-known of inventors, but he probably invented one of the most well-known devices that kids play with today, and that's the Super Soaker water gun. But there are tons of actual inventions and events that the African American has participated in that affect our lives today. But these things aren't covered in the U.S. history book. So why aren't they? I mean, it's just so ridiculous to not cover something because of somebody's skin color. We definitely need to focus on being Americans and not being segregated as African or Caucasian or Hispanic Americans. Thomas Edison, he invented the light bulb, but nobody knows Lewis Latimer invented the filament for the light bulb to work. In my opinion, Black history is in no doubt a part of the United States history. As we have seen and heard throughout this speech, African American people have created some of the inventions that are still in use today. If we can invent, explore, and find cures, why can't we be in the books with our Caucasian brothers and sisters. We should be side by side with everybody when we talk about United States history. Please look at my PowerPoint and you will also see some of these things that I have spoken about today. Thank you for your consideration and your time, and I will see you later. Thank you.